Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Simona Cotoni and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. As cost of living soars, affordability becomes top Ontario election issue. COVID state of emergency lifted in Toronto after 777 days. Approximately 15,000 carpenters walk off the job, joining thousands of other construction workers already on strike. Putin scolds West and blames NATO for Ukraine invasion during Victory Day speech. Queen will miss opening of British Parliament due to mobility problems. Gas prices will approach $2.10 per liter by May long weekend. This First Nation was swindled out of its land and into a flood zone. Blue Jays split doubleheader with Guardians. So those were the headlines. Now let's jump right into the details. In every Ontario election poll that's publicly available, the number one concern of voters is the rising cost of living. Affordability has rocketed past the perennial top issue of health, even after 2 years of a global pandemic and jobs, with the unemployment rate at record lows. While the Ontario party leaders are often talking on the campaign trail about making life more affordable, it's a wonder what they are not hammering the issue even harder, given how strongly it's resonating with the voters. Polls suggest Doug Ford's Progressive Conservative Party has an advantage on that issue over the Ontario Liberals and the NDP. He believes this is as much as more as a legacy of the party's long-term reputation among voters than a reaction to any particular measures the parties had offered on affordability prior to his late April polling. Mayor John Tory has formally terminated a municipal state of emergency which had been in effect for a total of 777 days, calling it just one more sign that the city is returning to a normal state of existence. Tory made the announcement during a press conference outside Toronto City Hall this morning. Tory said the formal declaration of an emergency back on March 23, 2020, gave the city added flexibility with regards to staffing, ultimately allowing more than 1,700 of its workers to be temporarily reassigned to help support vaccination efforts and maintain critical services. However, all but 40 of these people have returned to their original jobs as the city transitions away from the emergency-oriented response to COVID-19. Approximately 15,000 carpenters in the industrial, commercial, and institutional sector have walked off the job, joining thousands of other construction workers in a number of trades who went on strike last week. Members of Ontario chapter of the United Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners of the America began the strike action at 12 a.m. after rejecting their employer's latest contract offer. The local says the main issue of the contention is wages. In a speech delivered from Russia's famous Red Square, Russian President Vladimir Putin marked Victory Day and blamed Western policies for Moscow's military action in Ukraine, drawing parallels between the Red Army's fight against Nazi Germany and the Russian forces' action in Ukraine. Putin's much-anticipated address offered no new insight into how he intended to salvage the grinding war. Instead, he stuck to the allegation that Ukraine posed a threat to Russia, saying the campaign in the Ukraine was a timely and necessary move to ward off what he described as an absolutely unacceptable threat just next to our borders. He has repeatedly alleged that Ukraine was planning to attack Russia, which Kyiv has flatly denied. The United Nations has overwhelmingly condemned the invasion and has repeatedly
called on the West for an honest dialogue, reasonable compromise solutions in the interests of each other. But that was in vain. The NATO countries did not want to hear us. And that means that, in fact, they had very different plans, and we could see that.
Queen Elizabeth will not attend the opening of Parliament on Tuesday amid ongoing mobility issues. Buckingham Palace said in a statement today that the decision was made in consultation with her doctors as she continues to experience episodic mobility problems and that she had reluctantly decided not to attend. It will mark only the third time during her reign that Queen Elizabeth has not opened Parliament. She previously missed the opening in 1959 when she was pregnant with Prince Andrew and 1963 when she was pregnant with Prince Edward. Gas prices in the Greater Toronto Area are likely to approach $2.10 per liter by the Victoria Day long weekend as an unprecedented run-up in prices continue to cost drivers at the pump. The average cost of liter of the fuel in GTA currently stands at $1.99 per liter after going up another 4 cents over the weekend. We could see the prices go well up $2.10 a liter by the May 24th weekend. Unfortunately, not good news and not good news for the drivers. Dan McTeague, who is the president of Canadians for Affordable Energy, said. In a matter of days, the flooding on Peguis First Nation, believed to be the worst community in Manitoba's Interlake has ever seen, displaced roughly 1,600 people and ravaged hundreds of homes. Peguis has 3,521 members, usually living on reserve, and 6,504 off-reserve members. The largest First Nation community in Manitoba is no stranger to flooding. Over the last few decades, residents have been chased from their homes by rising water several times, but that wasn't always the case. A few generations ago, the community lived on a prime farmland just north of Winnipeg, far from the flood-prone delta on the Fisher River, about 160 kilometers north of capital city where it is today. And in a way, the story of how they were pushed so far into Manitoba's Interlake region, a move motivated by racism and propelled by a dubious vote, is the story of Manitoba. Steven Stamkos scored 1 minute into the first period to spark an early barrage as the Tampa Bay Lightning steamrolled the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-3 on Sunday to knot their first-round playoff series 2-2. Franmil Reyes homered and had 2 RBIs, and Owen Miller delivered a 2-run double, helping the Cleveland Guardian beat the Toronto Blue Jays 8-2 and earn a doubleheader split on Saturday. The Blue Jays won the opener 8-3 as George Springer and Raimel Tapia each drove in 3 runs in the first 4 innings against ace Shane Bieber. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Simone Cutoni, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Adios.